What's up, guys? It's Taylor Acorn, and I'm here hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here from Live Entertainment. I am finally hanging out with Taylor Acorn. I've been a fan of yours for some time already. And a little fun fact, my wife and I actually used a cover that you did for our first dance, which was First Date.
No way.
Ever since we heard that cover, it was just like, I think this is better than the actual original.
Oh my gosh, stop.
So you're killing it.
Thank you.
How is this tour so far? Is your first ever headline, U.S. headline tour? Like,
Yeah.
how has this experience been for you?
It's been honestly incredible. Everything I could have asked for out of fan support. I will say I've been pretty sick 2 weeks into leading up to tour. I started getting pretty sick, and just my health just hasn't been where I've been wanting it to be. So that's been kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
It's been like going on 4 weeks now of just not
gosh.
feeling my best, but the fans, they've been so amazing, and they understand.
Yeah.
And they, the days that I am not feeling my best, they are stepping up and they're singing, and the energy is amazing, and we're still showing up and playing the shows.
Yeah.
And I mean, every night it's just so fun to be able to do it and get to spend these nights with them. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, even if I could be feeling a little better.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of
Like,
course.
you could have easily said like, hey, I need vocal rest, and I would have understood entirely. So
No, we're far
thank you
beyond
for
that
pulling
point,
through.
I think. Yeah, of course.
So during this tour, this experience so far, like these stages, these are your stages now. This is like fans coming to see you. So what kind of an impact did that have on those live sets, on just the way that you deliver these songs that we're used to listening to?
I think a lot of it was just, getting to feel the energy of the fans and the songs that they tend to gravitate towards. I mean, during I Think I'm in Love and Certified Depressed, Psycho, songs like that, we've really tried to amp them up and get people really hyped. And for the show in itself, we've just tried to put together the best show that we possibly can. It's been really cool because Ricky has done all of the tracks and everything. So we've been able to kind of play our show, get through it, and then from then on edit anything that we feel like could be a cool element or whatever. But just the energy alone, I feel like it's so different from being an opening act. You don't really realize how many people know your lyrics until they're there for you, and then everybody's singing, and it's been so fun, and the energy has been amazing.
Did you have a lot of moments where you were just like, I can't believe this is really happening?
So many. And I get really emotional because I almost quit making music 4 years ago, right before I started posting on TikTok. And so to see how far I've come as an artist in my camp, and I mean, we all started, my TM and we kind of started from scratch. We got thrown into the thick of it, into a Hot Mulligan little run on the weekend. I met Ricky through TikTok, and so and so we had never played together before, so it's just really cool to see how far we've come since then. And just being able to kind of all look at each other and be like, dang, we're doing that. And we've been together from the start, and it's been just so reassuring to have such an amazing camp along with me for the ride. So it's been awesome.
And at the same time, I feel like that evolution with your songwriting as well. I mean, you're no stranger to putting it all out there, letting us know how you really feel and what you're going through. So that, I'm sure that wasn't easy from the very beginning. So how comfortable do you feel you are now when you're writing these lyrics that are so personal, so vulnerable to you?
Well, I think, at first it was super nerve-wracking because, to get really deep and to, talk about things that can be hurtful to some people, or, obviously are hurtful to yourself, has been, really difficult for me to be open and, confident in being able to share that. But I think, from the reaction of fans and the messages that I've been receiving, and just being able to hear it from them in person, I think I've kind of just realized, maybe this is what I've been supposed to be doing for, forever. And if I wasn't, writing my songs, I don't think, I would feel right about that. Like the honesty and the things that I've gone through, I think is such an important, part of my story. And if it can help at least one person or two people or, 100 people, that's amazing. And I think I've really just found my purpose. And, obviously there's people online that are going to say things and, maybe feel differently about it. But at the end of the day, I think that my fans and I, we have a really amazing connection because we've, struggled and gone through a lot of the same things. And so at the end of the day, I know that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think hopefully I'm making a good impact and, spreading a little love. And especially when it comes to people who might feel like they're struggling.
Right.
And,
yeah, because we always feel like we're alone, and then you come up with a song, or you release a song, a track that makes us feel like you understand us, or like we're not here doing this alone. Like that must be an amazing experience for us, obviously the fans listening to it, but that must feel amazing for you to kind of hear it back coming towards you.
I mean, it's crazy. And I mean, a lot of it is just my diary, things that I'm going through. I never write about anything that I'm not going through. And so to be able to just know that, it's helping me just as much as it might be helping them. I don't even think that they realize that, it's like for me to be able to put out what I'm feeling, especially, growing up, when you're a millennial, you don't grow up going to therapy a lot of the times. You don't talk about.
It's taboo.
Yeah, it is. And so to be able to talk about it now and just to be honest and to be able to help, especially kids that may have been feeling the same way that I was, a few years ago or whatever it may be. I mean, it feels like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So, yeah.
At the same time, when you're writing something so personal, so deep, something so heartbreaking to you, how are you able to control your vocals when you're singing it? Because you have so many incredible vocal ranges, but like it doesn't sound like the pain that you're going through suffers in the vocals. Does that make sense? Like, how do you go about that? And how did you learn to kind of like control your vocals during these times?
Oh gosh, I'm still learning. We used to play Do That Again during the set, and I had to pull it back because there were times where, especially like depending on like which cities we're in, and like if there's somebody who has come up to me earlier in the day and was like, that song, I feel so connected to it. And so I have a really hard time getting through that one. I remember the last time I played it live, we were in, I think it was Chicago, the last headline run. And I was literally a blubbering mess. And I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. This is really hard. But I think it's just more or less being able to see the joy that they get out of it. I think that feeds me and feeds my energy and helps me get through it. Obviously there are nights where, especially when we sing like Basement and stuff like that's such a vulnerable, like important song to me and something that was so real at the time that I wrote it. And so getting through that one is hard. But I love seeing like the joy that it brings them and just being able to sing it with them live. It just, I don't know. It brings like this.
I can see the tears coming out of your eyes right now. Like
you're gonna make me cry. It makes me so emotional, and I'm just so grateful like for all of it. And gosh, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I'm so grateful, and I mean, I love doing it, and I think that's like the biggest part is just being able to share it with these people that care about me and care about my health and well-being. And I'm like, no, I care about you. Like, I'm here for you guys. Worry about me.
No, you hang up. But, no, you hang up. No, you hang up.
That's what it is. What is it, like the Midwest goodbye? It never really is a goodbye.
Never really is a goodbye.
But yeah, no, I God, you got a tear. You got a tear coming. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, it's taken a lot of practice and also too, like from when I wrote a lot of those songs like Shape Shifting and things like that, it's been some time. And so obviously like I've been able to kind of sit with them and feel them and feel what I needed to feel in that moment that I wrote them. And now just like I said, like seeing them get so excited and like their energy, I think it's just like a wave of just happiness flows through me, and it helps me get through it. But there are a lot of nights, my tour manager is here, she can attest that there have been a lot of nights where I've gotten off stage and I've just like cried because I'm just so happy. And
that must feel amazing though.
It is. It's crazy.
That's incredible. And like it's wild just because like we don't think that you, like, as the artist, like you still feel those emotions when you're singing the music or performing it live, like so it's really cool to kind of like get that perspective where it's like it's still there for you, like it still means something.
Oh, forever. And especially with Greener, like the new song that we just put out, I mean, that is a song that like means so much to me. And I was just counting down the days to when we would be able to release it, and seeing like other people, it's almost kind of like we're on this journey together. And seeing people, you know, even come to me after hearing that song and being like, you know, I was going through this and like this song got me through that, but now I'm in my Greener era and it feels so good. And so it's like things like that, you just can't beat it. Like there's no better feeling than feeling like you're helping somebody through something that, you know, they feel so alone in.
When it comes down to Greener, did you you like subtly teased it with sticking around? You mentioned a little bit of that during that EP. Was that intentional, or is that something that just kind of naturally happened?
So it's really funny, and some fans have been picking up on it, but we do have little like Easter eggs. I feel like every song, if you kind of listen to it in like a sequence, it all kind of tells a story. And so I like to put little Easter eggs of like in Certified Depressant, there's a hint of Good Enough in there. And it's just been fun seeing people pick up on that and be like, wait, did you do that intentionally, or was that an accident? But no, it's been fun like putting those little like Easter eggs in there and then being like, but this is how I'm feeling now. And just being able to come out on the other side of that, I think is kind of cool. I don't know, maybe it's just cool to me, but
no, that's really cool.
Thank you.
How's your experience been with Dan Swank now that you guys have collaborated together on various tracks already? So how different was it with Greener, and how do you feel that he allowed you to step out of that comfort zone this time around?
I mean, Dan has always been such a huge advocate for me, and I mean, him and I, we started years ago. He was in my band like when I was making country music, so it's been so cool to even like see his success and stuff like that. But it's been amazing that we've been able to write together for as long as we have. I mean, we have so many songs, and we'll go back and we'll listen to like the progression of like, I mean, we wrote Therapy together, we wrote, you know, It's Not This together. Those songs, I mean, hold such a special place in my heart, but in comparison to what we're writing now, it's like night and day. To me, it feels like that. And so it's been amazing to have somebody in my corner that allows me to, first of all, be honest and never judges me for the things that I'm going through or what I want to say or the feelings that, you know, I might be dishing on him. I mean, he's like my therapist a lot of the times. I feel bad, but he knows a lot about me. And so it's cool just to have somebody who gets it and who is not only like an incredible producer, but an amazing lyricist as well. And he really just brings everything to the table. And he sometimes can just like think of things that I would say, you know, off the bat. Is like, I think this is what you'd say. That's exactly what I would say. How did you know? Like, were you in my brain? And so it's just things like that. And I think it's just, you know, the time and the years that we've put into it together, and him just being an amazing human and just such an advocate for me in my songwriting, and has always been that way. So I don't know. It's been really, really cool to see the growth and this new music that we have coming out. You know, I got to write it with him and my best friend Emma. And so writing it with the two of them together.
Who was also on Greener.
Yep, who was also on Greener. And she's done a lot of like the previous tracks, like Sticking Around and Famous Last Words. And, you know, and it's always nerve wracking to like bring a third person in because Dan and I had such a system, I feel. But it's just been so cool because like they're my best friends and they want what's best and they want to make the best music as at the same time make it feel as good as it possibly can. So we're having a lot of fun, and with this new song and all of the new songs, I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of them.
your music's growing, you're evolving a lot as an artist, as a performer, as a songwriter. You're also getting more and more opportunities. Later this year, you're going to go on tour with Boys Like Girls and Dashboard, which is going to be insane. So, you know, every time you step it up into a new venue, into a new like tour, like this one, like how do you change up your set, or how do you change up the way that you prepare for those tours?
Well, I feel like it's been really nice being able to play our own shows, because you kind of know, like, from what fans have said and like from reactions that they have each show, which songs are going to do the best. But going into a whole new, you know, group of fans and a new fan base, and now there's 2 fan bases, not just, you know, one. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking. And so going into it, I mean, we definitely try to fit the vibe. I think, you know, I think it's a perfect tour for me. I think the both of them together melded is me. So I think we'll be able to have fun with it, where we'll be able to play like a lot of the faster, more fun, upbeat songs, but we'll also be able to like throw in, you know, Coma and like maybe True Crime and things like that, and kind of do a more organic feel too. So it really just depends on the tour and the other artists that are on it, and the fan base is, I mean, it's always nerve-wracking, because you just never know how anybody's going to, like, you know, digest your music. And but so far we've been really fortunate in that, and hopefully moving forward the fans like us and we put on a good show for them. But it is nice playing our own headline shows, because I think they all just know the songs, and so
exactly, like, you know what
different.
to expect. You know what to expect.
Yeah.
So lastly, to close us off with going back to Greener, what would you say was the biggest challenge with this track? Would you say it was somewhere along with the vocals, or would you say it was somewhere along with the lyrics?
I think this track was really interesting, because when we had written it, so we had taken like a whole week. It was like the very first week of New Year's, and we just like sat down and we wrote. And Greener was the second song that we had written, and it took 2 days to write. That one, I was very indifferent about it at first.
Wow.
I personally thought, I was like, this sounds like a country song, and I don't think it's for me. Definitely changed my tune the second day coming in, and Dan had produced it out a little bit more, and I just, like, there was something about it that felt just so nostalgic to me, almost like a She Will Be Loved by like Maroon 5 kind of vibe. But I don't know, I think that like the vocal takes were really hard for me, because I just felt like I was singing a country song. I was like, is this too country? Do I sound annoying? And like, I don't know if this is going to be any good. And then we got it back the next day, and I listened to it about 1 billion times, and I still listen to it, and I have like an outer body experience being like, is this
all of a sudden you're a fan?
Yes, I'm a fan of my own music, which is kind of rare. So a lot of the times I'll get like sick of myself, and I'm like, all right, on to the next. I need to listen to something else, cleanse my palate. But no, I think it was really just like the vocal takes. But then, you know, once we finished, I was like, this song is amazing. I love it. It's my favorite.
Well, congratulations with the song, with the music that you've released so far in this tour that pretty much sold out.
Thank you.
Every day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys be sure to check out Taylor Acorn. New single Greener is out now, and thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.